Hello everybody and welcome to the Raid All Might guide for weekly Shonen Jump Ori collection. My name is Scarface King. Today I'm going to be going through what the character does, how to beat him, and how the event works, because the event has changed since, you know, Hyunko and whatever. There is a change to how you obtain the character. So, in essence, what you have to do is, when you beat the stage, instead of it dropping points, it drops these little golden tickets that are called character vouchers. Now these ones are specific to All Might, they have his face on it, and once you collect 50 of them you can trade them in at the character exchange for a copy of 3-star All Might. Now farming this is going to be fun because the drops are somewhat random. I believe they're between 3 and 7 per run, more on the side of 3 than they are of 7, and so you're going to have to farm a lot in order to get yourself a max overboost All Might. Even to get one copy, it's not super straightforward, but, well, to get one copy it is, but to get like one OB, I mean, not so straightforward. There is one mission to help out. Each day, if you beat him 5 times, you get yourself a copy of Raid All Might. Some people complaining about the mission changes, but the reality is, all in all, it's going to be about the same as it was before. Now let's talk about the unit himself. All Might is a heart type, he's an all-rounder, and finally 2010's getting some love. His leader skill is a large boost, which is kind of a shame, but he is attack for physical and heart units. Realistically, you're probably never going to be using him as a leader anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, I suppose. His skill set is just a mess. He can do 600% damage to the enemy main team on a 110 turn cooldown. His skill 1 is an enemy main team, 200%. Skill 2, 250% to a single target, and his skill 3 is a guts status buff. Now, bear in mind, while these cooldowns do look ridiculous, there is an upside, and that is his passives, which roll forward his skill gauge by 70% at the start of battle. I mean, look, in Legend Arena, he is going to definitely see some use. If you're the kind of person running Die or someone like that, he is going to be super useful to you. I think for a lot of people, he's not that great. I don't think he's going to be that much use to you. He's got potential for the future if we get other characters that do certain things, but right now, he's only okay for some people. Now, the boss stage, which is, you know, similar sort of thing to Hyunko and to Vegeta, you know, it's very hard. It's very, 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 very hard. So experienced players might not have a problem with it, but if you're new or you've been playing for only like a few months or whatever, this could be a real problem for you. In his first phase, he's not too much of a problem, but once you hit him below 80%, he starts to mess you up. His ultimate attack has a chance to remove one random buff from one random enemy on the team and then hit that enemy for 380% damage. That one random buff can be a block, so if you put a block up, he might just remove it and hit you anyway, which can make this a little bit challenging. His other skills are just a nuisance, and they charge so quickly that it's a pain. It is a pain trying to deal with it, but it gets worse once he is below 30% HP, which isn't really a second phase because all his skills are the same and all his stats are the same, but he does gain some additional passives or additional abilities that only activate via a passive when he is under 30% HP, which, if you're wondering, is like a bar and a half of his HP. 1 bar is 20%, a bar and a half is about 30%. So his passives at the start, not too bad. But once you get him under 80%, he becomes more of a pain. And once you get him under 30%, he has an extreme chance to crit. And all attacks under 500 damage do no damage to him. Which I know doesn't sound amazing, but if you think about it, you're going to have a lot of units who you're trying to use for getting rid of his block on his gut status. And they're not going to be doing any damage to him. So that's going to be a problem. Now, if you're wondering about the gut status, essentially what it means is his HP will go down to 1. Any hit that would have taken him to 0 takes him to 1 instead. He'll be stuck at 1% HP. Then from there, it's up to you to hit him 8 times before you can kill him. He will block 8 hits and they will do 0 damage to him, and then you can kill him. Bear in mind, if he puts Guts back on, it will be another 8 hits. And every time he uses the skill that puts Guts on, it will be another 8 hits. So, something to bear in mind, something to prepare for. This is your boys that you're going to be wanting to bring along. For a lot of people, the key will be Lina Taku. If you don't have Lina Taku, you're going to have to get creative. It's not impossible without him, I would say. It's actually not too bad without him, but you're going to want to, if you have him, bring him along. With all these units here, the basic idea is if you have a unit that does multiple hits, that's going to be quite helpful getting rid of Guts. And if you have a unit that deals a lot of damage, that's going to be helpful getting him down to the point where he starts using the Guts ability. And other than that, you're going to want tanks and healers. If you're bringing a unit along and they've only got kind of mediocre damage, realistically, you might just want to swap them out for a tank or a healer. Some of these units do have certain skills that are going to require you to play on manual, because if you get rid of his Guts buff, but then you don't attack him in time, and you know, or the timing's just off, you try and get rid of debuff when it's not on or whatever, that's not going to work. You need to play this smart. Now moving on to the teams that you can use for this, I've got 2 teams for you, my main account team and my alt account team. There are some similarities between the two, but the basic idea for the two is kind of different. So with the first team, the person you're looking for to kill All Might is Naruto. Suna's going to be doing damage, Hyunko's going to be doing damage, but Naruto and to a lesser extent Yuna are the ones you're going to be looking for to kill All Might. And that is because Naruto's ultimate attack is multiple hits and Yuna's ultimate attack is multiple hits. Which means if you use them when he's in the Guts state, that takes away a bunch of his blocks, and then it's not going to take much to kill him. Or the ultimate attack might kill him himself if you've already got a couple of hits in. That's why this team is kind of so great. This is my tester team that I use for a lot of things to find out what characters do. You know, you've got to get them to the certain phases without certain debuffs on them. And so yeah, this team is all over boost 6 except Soma, so I don't expect anybody to be using a team like this. But it just shows that you don't have to have Lina Taku, which is, I feel, what a lot of people thought might be the case. It's not. You can get away with it, and you don't even need a debuff remover. You can just, you know, use brute force. Is it a good idea? Maybe not, because this run is quite slow, but it does in fact get the job done, and you're going to see it here. It looks like I'm going to die because because I go down to 1% and I messed up my ult, but it didn't matter, and we got away with it. So, moving on to a team that's maybe a bit more reasonable, maybe not, it depends. We have Soma, Joey, Naruto, Suna, and Nataku Liwiv, and Nataku Friend. Now, what's interesting about this team is this is far weaker. I still have the Suna OB6 on this account, but what I don't have is any overboost on my Lina Taku. He is actually, I think, level 54 or something like that. He's not max level. He isn't even overboost 1. Joey doesn't have any overboost, even though he should. I didn't farm the Yu-Gi-Oh event on this account. Soma's not that high overboost. Naruto is not victory and not that high overboost. And it's not a problem. None of those things is really a problem. Joey is only really there to die anyway. He boosts everyone's HP and he dies. That's pretty much it. I don't think I even leveled any of his skills. I think they were all skill level 1. Everyone else's skills in this entire video are presumed to be level 10. And the basic idea is somewhat similar to last time, except instead of relying on Naruto, Naruto's only there to be a tank this time, and you're relying on Lina Taku. It doesn't matter which of these Natakus you use to get the final hit in, because when you use that ult when he's at 1%, it will kill him no matter what. Even if you have like a level 1 Nataku, it will kill him no matter what. So not a problem. And as you can see here, Suna hits him down into his gut state, and then Lina Taku finishes him off. And that's it. That's a rough guide on how to beat it. Obviously, everyone's going to have their own teams that work for it, but that's just to give you an idea of what you can work with. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to do it for this guide. I hope this was helpful. Probably not, but I'll see you guys in the next one.